Hey YouTube, welcome to an edition of Warhammer 40k video, part 2. This is going to be an unboxing video of a starter kit. It's going to be the Space Marines versus the Orcs, and this is just a starter kit. This is what you need to get started. Not necessarily, but it makes it easy to actually get started if you're going to pick the Space Marines or Orc Army. It gives you pretty much everything you need to play Warhammer 40k. It retails at $90, okay, and what you get inside is a small force of Space Marines and a small force of Orcs. And what that allows you to do is hold skirmish battles for particular campaigns and missions. That's included in the box. You get a Dreadnought, you have the Terminators, the Space Marines and Terminator suits, two 5-man squads of Space Marines, the Orcs, you have the leader of the Orcs, you have 2 squads of Orcs, looks like, well, you have 3 fast attack vehicles for the Orcs, okay, so this is basically what you need to get started in the 40k army game. It's $90 for this set. You get a rule book. Okay, you definitely need this to explain to you how the game is played and the rules, of course. And they have a big version of this book. It looks like a big, huge Bible, basically, which is like $70 by itself. But you get the actual rule book, the pocket-sized version, in the starter kit. And then you have the module, which has all of the campaigns and missions that you can play with the 2 armies against each other. You can lay them on the board and fulfill each mission. The mission, of course, is in this one is Assault on Black Reach 40k. Read this first, okay? And then you have the playing dice. You only get 6 dice and a directional and target dice. You're gonna need more dice. So while you're there, if you're gonna pick up a starter kit, buy a container of dice like this. Comes in a metal box. You get like a whole bunch of dice, as you can see. And you're going to need plenty of dice to play this game. And then you get a template set. Okay, these are blast templates. The larger ones are for when you shoot big tank weapons and they cause big explosions. You get to use the larger templates to put over your enemy to show how much damage they take. And then you have the smaller templates for your smaller weapons that shoot out. And then you have a flamer template that you use to show the damage area of a particular flame gun or a flaming tank or whatever. And then you have the bases for your models here. And then you have the models. So the set was purchased to get the new rule book, so we can my son and I can take up Warhammer again and play Warhammer under the new rules. This is the old rule book that came with the old starter kit. I think the rules are similar, but this one is much more updated, so we're gonna have to follow the new rules. In order to put the models together, you're gonna need a glue. You're gonna need clippers, okay, and you might want a little bit of sandpaper or some filing things to smooth out your plastic pieces before you glue it. And in order to paint your models, you're gonna need a primer that comes in a spray can. It's in the garage. I didn't get it. What you do is once you assemble your models together, you spray the model with black primer or white primer, depending on what you want your majority of your model to look like. If you are using light colors, more than likely you're going to want to use a gray primer, light white color primer. And if you're going to use mostly dark colors in your models, you're going to want to use, or metal colors, you're going to want to use black primer. You know, here's a model that I started painting already. It's not finished, but I will put the decals on the side of the shoulder pads, and eventually get to the other details, painting the gun and the other parts of the armor. The paint. These paints are acrylic paints. They're for plastic pieces. These are sold at Game Workshop for about $3, $3.50, $3.75, about that much per paint. You don't need a whole paint set like this. You don't need a lot of paints. If you're doing a particular style, or I mean particular army, like orcs, your main colors are going to be green, brown, mostly green, and brass color, brazen brass for your weapons and such, to give that rusty look. And then, like, depending on what faction of the Space Marines you want to use, like these are Ultramarines. They are basically ultra marine color blue, ultra blue color. So all you really need is get one container of these that is blue, and if you want to add some accents like gold to your shoulder pads and stuff like that, you get some gold and some metallic colors. You also want to get bolt gun metal color, so you can color the weapons and swords and whatever there are to paint. So you basically need just like at the most about 5 jars of paint, some paint brushes. You want to get like one or two, one dry brush, one fine detail brush, about 3 brushes to start off with. So you're looking at a total of maybe about a little bit over $100 to get started on this whole deal. If you're interested in buying an entire army later on, you might want to invest in getting a codex for your particular army. Like if you're Space Marines, this is a Space Marine codex that has all of the vehicle specs, all of the weapon specs, all of the Space Marines characters and chapters and all that. And then if you want to specialize your chapter from the everyday flavor of Space Marines to something like Black Templars, then you'll have to get a Black Templar codex with their own special rules and such. But for just beginners, just the Space Marine codex should be fine if you're planning to play Space Marines. If you're planning to play orcs, then you'll need an orc codex. And these books range, I think, what did I pay for this one? Well, the prices have changed probably, but this one I believe was like $20.